there, BookTube! Today I'm bringing you a mini, I suppose you could call it a Christmas haul. I was good this year. I didn't actually get any books for Christmas because I just thought, normally I ask solely for books and everyone's like, oh, boring. So I thought I'd try something a bit different. It was a bit devastating not getting books, but there we go. But what I did get was a gift voucher for Waterstones. So I'm trying to spend that bit by bit because now I don't have a huge amount of money to buy books. I thought if I spend it sort of in drips, then I feel like I'm constantly getting a supply. So I've got a few books here to show you from my first splurge. First, I have The 5 People You Meet in Heaven by Mitch Albom. So it sounds like it's kind of like I don't know whether he dies and meets these 5 people who sort of teach him something a bit like maybe a Christmas Carol situation. I don't know. But it sounds like it could be a life-changing read. So I'm in the mood for those at the moment, books that make me go wow. And I think this might have the potential to be one, so I'm quite excited about that. Then I got If Nobody Speaks of Remarkable Things by John McGregor. I picked this up purely because of the title. I mean, that is pretty spectacular for a title, do you not think? This sounds like it's about a street and sort of the normal things that happen in that street and just the day-to-day lives, and I'm assuming something remarkable happens that sort of changes everything. So it sounds again like it could be really profound and boom. Either that or it could be rubbish, I don't know, but with a title like that, you can't really go wrong, I feel. Then I got James Joyce, A Portrait of the Artist as a Young Man. I'm really going to try and read, not necessarily classics, because like proper classics like from the 1700s or whatever I don't generally get on with, but like pieces of literature that are really, you know, on the top list of books you should read sort of thing, because I feel like I need to read books that enrich me at the moment. You know, I feel like I've just, especially last year, I read a lot of like pleasure reads, I felt. So this year's going to be my year of intellectual reading, I think. And so I'm starting with this one. I've never read James Joyce before, and this one seems like the one that I would most enjoy. It's basically about the life of a young artist, and what goes on in his quest for art, I suppose. I've started reading this, and it's written in quite a unique way, but I think I'm really going to enjoy it. There seems to be some humour in the writing almost, which I wasn't expecting from James Joyce, but it sounds like it's going to be really good, so I'm very excited about that one. Then I have Attachments by Rainbow Rowell. This is basically about, I believe it's 2 women in an office who are sending emails to each other, and a man who has to monitor the emails, and he falls in love with one of the women, and it sounds like it could be a good fun. I've got Fangirl, and I've actually been waiting to get Attachments because I want to read that first, because I think that came first. So it's a silly little thing really, but yeah. And yeah, so finally I've got this. I'll probably read this quite soon and then get on to Fangirl. Then, this wasn't in Waterstones actually, and I was looking for this one as well and it wasn't there. Then I went into a bookshop, a charity shop, sorry, and it was in there. I was like, it is such a good job I didn't buy that in Waterstones, I would have been so annoyed. It is Bill Bryson's A Short History of Nearly Everything. Basically, my partner is always bullying me about not reading, like, wise, learny books, because he's a very non-fiction reader. He reads a lot of, like, biographies of, like, political figures and all of this lot. And I just don't really read a non-fiction occasionally. I'm getting more into, like, memoir and biography, but generally it's fiction for me. So I thought I'd pick this up and learn a few things. I thought it was going to be about history, as the title would suggest. It seems it's actually about the history of evolution and how we came to be and all scientific stuff like that. But it sounds like it's written in a way that is readable. And I've never read a Bill Bryson before. Oh, sorry, my rabbit's scratching me. I've never read a Bill Bryson before, so I think it'll be quite interesting. Since filming, I picked up 3 other books which I got with a big book voucher that I got for Christmas, so I thought I'd add them on, just because, why not? First is The Miniaturist by Jessie Burton. This, I'm sure I've seen about, which is why I picked it up, and it basically seems to be about a couple that get married. I think it's set in, yes, 1686, so this couple get married, and for a wedding gift they get given or the husband gives the wife or something a miniature version of their house, I believe, and magical stuff ensues with said miniature version of house. I assume it comes to life and stuff. Sounds like something I wouldn't normally pick up, but I want to get into sort of historical fiction, so this sounds like good fun and a bit of magic. Then I picked up, just on a whim really, Mrs. Hemingway by Naomi Wood. This seems to be about the wives of Ernest Hemingway, and I always like books that are written about lit figures, so it could be quite interesting, and hopefully there'll be some sort of righty references and things like that in there, so that could be quite good. Then finally I got I Am the Messenger by Marcus Zusak, obviously the author of The Book Thief. Everybody's probably heard about this book anyway. It seems to me to be about Ed Kennedy, who was a cab driver and accidentally stops a bank robbery and what ensues from there, basically. Apparently it's really good, so I thought I'd pick it up and give it a go. So that's everything I've got so far. Obviously I have got more to spend on that gift card, so I will be topping up and I'll do book hauls here and there. But yeah, bye!